What up, y'all? It's your girl Booster President back with another video. So let's get into it. Alright, y'all, long time no see, I know, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even coming with the excuses today. Today, I'm going to tell y'all why I've been missing. I'm going to tell y'all why I haven't been being consistent. And I'm going to really give y'all an insight of what's been going on in my personal life. So, as y'all can see by the title, we really finna just hop right into it. So, don't forget to like, comment, and of course, subscribe. And of course, if you're new to this thing, join the President gang. And share. So what? So that friend can show another friend, that friend can show another friend. And without further ado, y'all, let's get into the scripture of the day. Alright, y'all. So I ain't even gonna fly to y'all. I'm gonna keep it a bug. I have not been in my Bible like I should be. Like, pray for me. Just pray for me. Like, I'm really trying to get better. But the scripture that I have for today is actually from my notes. I studied this out. And the scripture is Genesis 19, verse 26, NIV version. And the scripture reads, "But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt." Now, looking at the topic of today's video, I could relate to this, okay? If God pulls you out of something, don't be trying to go back or look back trying to see if there's any hope left. Like, God told them to go. He saved them. He saved them from Sodom and Gomorrah and told them to go. And Lot's wife looked back and she became a pillar of salt. So y'all, don't get caught up in the past trying to look back. Keep your eyes forward and look towards what God has for you, because trust me, he did it for a reason and he has a plan for it. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this story time. Alright, y'all, we finna hop straight into it. Like, we finna get into everything, and I'm finna be real transparent with y'all. Like, this gotta be one of my dumb moments. But y'all remember that story time where I talked about a dude named Old Boy? It's gonna be three people, three main characters in this video. So, Monique, Old Boy, and Sasha. If not, I'ma link it somewhere up here in the description box so y'all can go back and look at that video. Just go back and look at that video so you can get a good standpoint of what happened. Alright, y'all, we're gonna hop straight into it. So in the other story time, I named him Old Boy, so we just gonna stick with Old Boy, right? Cool. So I left off in that story time, and mind y'all, this story time is recent. Like, this has happened within the past week. But I gotta give y'all a backstory before I give y'all the full story in its entirety. So I want to say I'll end that story time off saying that he was trying to get into contact with me, right? So at that point in the story time, me and Old Boy had already talked out like our issues and what went wrong in that situation and how things could have went better, and we just decided to be cool. Now mind you, we came about to this conversation because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not giving him no nickname. D, that was my homeboy at the time, and me and D was cool. And he was also cool with my best friend. So like, we all had like, I don't want to say a clique, but we was just talk from time to time. So like, I was tapped in with D because of Old Boy, because I was Old Boy's friend. That's how I knew D. But basically, like, one day I was chilling like on the day before I had to work, and I had got a group FaceTime call, and it was D, Old Boy, and my best friend in there. So I went in there and I was trying to see what was to it, but I ain't gonna lie, I was giving him the cold shoulder because me personally, I didn't feel like we had anything to talk about. Like I said, mind y'all, this was before the last video that I made. So me and him, we still didn't talk about anything. But I want to say, like, I gave him the cold shoulder for about like 3 weeks to a month. And we finally hashed out everything, and we talked, and we just agreed that, you know, we probably not meant to be, and we probably just meant to just be friends. You feel me? Cool. So after that, that's exactly what we did. Like, we was just cool, and we would talk from time to time. But y'all know how dudes be. Like, they say y'all just friends, but they don't give friends. And I'm not gonna lie, I was falling into that trap because, like, I always in a way wanted us to work out, but it just, I guess it just never went that way, okay? But yeah, stick with me. So it never went that way, whatever the case may be. Cool. So I stopped talking to Old Boy completely. Like, I had just blocked him, and I had moved on. And I had moved on, I guess, with this other relationship. and that was just that. So after I got out of that other relationship, I want to say like around February, I forgot how it happened, but I had made a vision board at the beginning of this year, and I'm like, you know, I want to like find love that's actually for me. Like I made a vision board for myself and for God. So like I was kind of praying about it, because like the same day, and I know y'all, the same day that I stopped with this relationship was the same day that old boy ended up texting me. Now, while I was in this relationship, I was not talking to old boy, okay? I'm faithful, I believe in loyalty, I don't do all that riffraff. But I feel like in that relationship, like my heart was out of it for the longest. Like I didn't really want to be in that relationship, but like every time I tried to leave, you feel me, I would get guilt tripped back into staying. I'm gonna say that for another story time. But yeah, like that's really what it was giving. So like I could never really shake dude off me, but I finally just got that courage because I seen what he was doing and how he was treating me. I'm like, I'm not going for that, G. Like this is not that. So that same exact day, or I want to say a day after, old boy texted me. Now it wasn't no goofy time, and like he was just like, you know, how are you doing? I'm like, you know, I'm straight, how are you doing? And like the conversation just kind of went from there, and I left it at that. But it ended up turning into something else, and that's how me and him, in a way, I could say we got back together. Y'all, worst mistake in my life. Never ever again. But you know, you gotta live and you gotta learn. So that just was what it was. So like me and him, we was vibing, we was cool. Like it was cool, y'all. Like I can't even lie. I was actually cool and happy talking to him, and it seemed like it was the same way on the other side. So I want to say about 2 months in, at this point, we were linking, we were seeing each other, and I was actually over his house. Now mind you, on this particular day, before I went to his house, he was talking about how he wanted to do his room up, you feel me, and decorate and stuff like that. I'm not a decorator to the core, but I like nice stuff, so I'm giving him ideas. I'm like, you know, with your room, like you probably could put some LED strips around the room, you know, make it light up. Bruh. So being so thoughtful and kind as I am, I went, because I had to go to Walmart that day anyways, and I had just got my check. I'm like, okay, let me do something thoughtful. That's what I did, y'all. Bought it like a goofy. So I bought the LED lights, trying to just do something kind, trying to make a nice gesture. Mind y'all, the LED lights was only like, I want to say $12 to $15, 20 max. But I wasn't tripping. Like me personally, like the person that I see myself being with, the person that I'm trying to be with, like, you feel me, I'm gonna make sure you straight just like you make sure I'm straight. And at the time, I feel like he was making sure I was straight, so I was just trying to return the favor and make sure he was straight. But y'all, I was sadly mistaken. But like I said, you live and you learn. So I bought him the LED lights, and I get to his house that night, and I'm in there helping him put it up. So you know, with the LED lights, you gotta like kind of wipe it down with some alcohol so it can actually stay on there. So like we're doing that whole little thing, and then we realized in the middle of us trying to put the LED lights up, we ain't got no tape. So we run down to the Walgreens real quick. This was the first red flag. This is when I really should have just left the scene, but I stayed thinking that I could, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to say change him, but talk a little sense to him. But I should have just really left this alone, because this is not, that wasn't my project. That's God's project. I can't do nothing with that. So basically we went to the Walgreens and we was looking for some tape. Now y'all know Walgreens overpriced, over expensive. So I'm looking and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this tape will probably do good for the LED lights. And I tell him, you know, grab that tape. Y'all, he grabbed the tape. I turn around, I don't see the tape in his hand. So I'm like, I'm not tweaking. Like, he just had that tape in his hand, right? Okay, cool. So he told me if I wanted to get some, I could get some. I grabbed me a little Snickers ice cream bar, and I walked off, and it was just that, and we walked up to the counter. So I'm asking him before we get to the counter, I'm like, you know, what happened to the tape? He like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, cool. I guess we're not getting the tape, but this is the whole reason why we came here. But y'all, I'm just trying to play it cool, because I'm trying to make sure that what I'm thinking is not what's actually happened. But that's exactly what happened. Like, the nigga was stealing. So I'm like, okay, this was the first red flag for me, because me personally, I don't get down with people like that. And I felt like it don't matter if this what you do. You slight putting me in the midst of something that I don't want to be in. Like, if I steal, I'm not gonna bring somebody to steal with me. Like bro, like, we gotta make it make sense. But that's what he was doing. He was stealing. So I said, why are you stealing? Why didn't you just ask me to buy it for you and I had the money? You feel me? I'm like, bro, like, don't ever do that again. Like, it's giving bum activity. You acting like a bum right now. Next time, if you ain't got the bread, just let me know. You feel me? I'm just trying to let him know you ain't gotta do that, and you got a real one on your side, right? Y'all, I should have left. There's nothing, I should have left. But anyways, back to the story. So he does that. We get back to the crib. He got the tape, and now we snuck there. We trying to tape the LED lights onto the wall. It wasn't working. He stepped out the room and he tried to get something. I'm not sure. But while he stepped out the room, I was sitting on the bed taking a little break, and his phone was out. Now y'all know on the Roku app, when your phone out and you use the Roku app, if you know, you know, like, your phone stay open for a longer periods of time. So like, his phone was on the Roku app. So I had his phone. I was actually trying to turn something on the TV. But then I'm like, I don't know. Some just told me to slide the notification center thing down. So I slid it down, and on the thing, I see a girl named Neek. So I'm like, who is Neek? You feel me? Now, I'm not tripping. I honestly don't mind, like, if I have a boyfriend, he has other friends, and female friends to be exact. I don't trip off stuff like that. But let me know something, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So I slid real quick, and then I went to the messages, and then I looked at the messages. I took a quick scroll, y'all. That was all I need to see. Like, it wasn't nothing bad happening in the messages, but you could tell, like, shorty didn't just look at him as a friend. She looked at him as somebody she found attractive, and she trying to get on that because she was asking him to come see her.
What?
So I'm like, okay, bet that up. Y'all, I just calmly, this was before he came back in the room, I just calmly packed up my purse, packed up all the little stuff I had, and I just left quietly. I didn't say anything. He like, what happened? You know, woo, woo, woo. I didn't say anything. I just walked right on out. Now, y'all, I just, like, in this moment, I felt so played, because it's like, you're saying it's nothing and that she don't hold no weight in your life and all this other stuff, but she in your phone. Like, you could have just told me what was up. If y'all was just friends, you could have just told me that. But it wasn't that. It was given that you was hiding something. Because also, not to mention the fact that the messages were muted. So I'm like, okay, bet that. So I walked out. We didn't talk. He was saying, like, you know, oh, I don't care about her. I don't this, I don't that. Like, you know, typical dude talk. So that happens, and I don't know, y'all, like, I just really felt away. Like, I felt so played. So I just remember going to White Castle and just kind of sitting in the parking lot, and like, I was just really thinking about everything. Like, gee, why, like, what is wrong with dudes? Why do dudes do this to girls? Like, what about us make y'all want to try to play with us? Like, that's what I was just thinking, because I felt like I just kept getting played by dudes, like, and I was just tired of it. But the following day, me and him actually talked about it. He was like, you know, there was nothing like that. I only know her through my cousins, but me and her, we don't talk on that type of time, and she was just on some messy stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna actually believe you. I'm gonna take your word for it. Like, I'm gonna take your yes for your yes. Let's sit down. Let's write down a list of boundaries so this won't happen again. You feel me? Like, let's write down some boundaries that will make both of us secure in what we're trying to build. Because, mind you, in the messages, it did look like she was talking to herself. So, you know, I thought that was a pretty good step. And from then on out, we really didn't have no problems. So, fast forward to the last 2 weeks, right? So, if y'all don't know, y'all gonna know now. My birthday was July 7th. So, of course, he was planning to do something for my birthday. But to be honest, I didn't want to do anything for my birthday because it didn't really feel like my birthday. Like, a lot of stuff has been going down this year, like, with my family, and like, my birthday was just the least of my concerns. Like, it was just one of those years. I've never felt like that with my birthday, but this year, like, it was just really giving that. Like, I don't want to do anything for my birthday. Like, with our family, we've never been too big on birthdays, but like, I would still go out to eat with like my sister or something like that. But I didn't even want to do that this year. I didn't want to do anything. So he was talking all this stuff before, like, months before my birthday, like, oh, you know, babe, we're gonna do something, we're gonna this, we're gonna that. Y'all, get to my birthday, he was telling me that like his check didn't fall on the weekend of my birthday. I get that, right? We ain't big balling. Like, we trying to make it. We young. We got a lot of, you know, we got bills to pay, stuff to attend to. I get that. I'm not tripping. And I told him, like, you know what, babe? Like, I understand. Like, we could just plan for the weekend after that, right? Cool. So we agree on that 2 weeks in advance. So my birthday comes. We had planned for the next following weekend. Me and him were gonna do something. He asked me what I wanted for my, like, what did I want to eat for my birthday? Mind y'all, I had been talking about seafood way before my birthday. So I'm like, you know, let's go get some seafood or something like that. Like, that's something that's feasible for me, and that's something that I actually want for my birthday. Cool. So me and him agree on that. He like, you know, it's this little seafood restaurant we can go to, or woo out the band. You just come to me on this day, and then we'll go from there. Cool, right? So the day before, me and him had planned to link up to go to the seafood restaurant. He texted me and he's like, oh babe, how do you feel about Golden Corral? So y'all, I'm not a picky girl. I'm not like that. The way I came up, I can never be picky, for real. Like, that wasn't the principle of what I was feeling. My whole thing was, if we already agreed upon doing seafood, why are you asking me about Golden Corral? So I'm so used to that when me and people set a plan, and that's the plan we said we were going with, and then you ask me about something else, it's either one, you don't want to go, or two, you ain't got the bread. So I told her, I'm like, you know, babe, if you don't got the bread, we don't have to go out. Like, we don't have to do anything. Like, you got more important things to focus on. You do that, right? Trying to be considerate. And he basically is like, well, I never said that I don't have the bread. I'm just asking you how you feel about Golden Corral. But it's throwing me off because if we said we get a seafood, why is Golden Corral in the picture?
Clock that tea.
You feel me? Like, nigga, like, are we on the same page? Are we seeing eye to eye? Because I don't think we are. And basically, when I said that, he said that I was coming at him sideways. But where I was coming from is, if you set a plan with somebody and they told you what they want, if you get to asking about other stuff, clearly it's something else in the equation. And me personally, I was trying to figure out what was in the equation. So cool, we got into it about that. So I saw him the next day, and my sisters, they had a basketball game. So I went to my sister's basketball game, and he's calling me talking about some, okay, yeah, when are you coming out here? Because I'm also going out with my cousins later on.
Is you cool?
Strike one was the Golden Corral. Strike two is you going out with your cousins. I'm not no party pooper, right? I don't care about you going out with your family. I don't care about you going out with your friends. I've never cared before, so why would I care now? I don't care about that. But the principle of the situation is me and you have been planning to do this 2 weeks prior to this day. You're supposed to be doing something for my birthday. Something that I told you that you didn't have to do, by the way, but you made it your business to say that you wanted to do something for my birthday. And now we get down to the nitty gritty of the day of, and now you want to try to squeeze me in to do something for my birthday before you go out with your cousins? I think not. And that's not how that's gonna go. So I told him, I said, you know what, I'm not coming. You could just go with your cousins. And that's exactly what I did. I stayed with my sisters and I watched their game, and I went out with my family, and I let him do him. Like, I let him have the time of his life. After that, me and him, I didn't talk to him for that whole day. I really didn't have nothing to say. And he was out with his cousins doing whatever he finds to be fun. His idea of fun was very weird and warped, but I don't know. I guess he was having fun. And the following day, I actually went over his house. Now, I go over his house, I ain't gonna lie, ecstatic because of what he did the day before. So I come over there on 10, like, I'm not saying much, not laughing, not anything. And that's my normal self. Like, I'm goofy, I'm laughing with you, talking with you, trying to see, you know, what the mood is. But I wasn't on none of that. Like, I was super quiet, wasn't saying nothing to him, barely looked at him, all of that, right? So he peeped my mood, right? So we talk about it. I tell him how I felt, and I tell him how I felt he could have did better in this area, considering the fact that we're not just going out for anything. Like, this is my birthday we're talking about, and you wanted to do this. You were the one that wanted to do this, and then we planned it, and then you want to try to squeeze me in when the whole day was actually supposed to just be for me.
It's getting weird.
Like, I'm not on that. Y'all, of course, a dude that really don't care, being a dude, he just didn't see the principle of the situation. But we talked through it, and we got to a medium, and we left it at that. So We cooling at this point, we chilling. We was trying to find a movie to watch. But then he asked me, could I do his hair? Like, I had did like this little bun thing with his hair before. And he was like, you know, babe, could you do that bun thing that you did with my hair that one time? I'm like, all right, bet, like, I got you, whatever the case may be. So I'm trying to do the bun, and I thought it was cute. He was looking at the bun on his phone, and he was like, you know, he ain't feeling it. So I'm like, babe, like, let me show you. Like, this is actually cute. So I took the phone, and I was trying to take a picture saying, you know, it's cute, like, hyping him up on that type of time, whatever case may be. Y'all on the phone. Y'all know, like, when you on the camera, you can see the recent photos in the bottom left corner. Why do I look in the bottom left corner and I see a... Why am I looking at a... So I click it, and it's just, it's a video of him doing some very explicit things with another girl. Right? So I see this video, and I'm like, wow, like, that's how you get down? And I just simply gave him the phone, got up, and I walked out. Like, I wasn't even finna do what I had in mind, y'all. Like, y'all, I am growing so much, and God is working on me so much, because I really could have put hands to him, and I didn't. I really did not. I really didn't. I got quiet, didn't say nothing. I just packed my stuff up, and I left, just like the first time. Y'all, I instantly get in the car. Y'all know what time it is. I'm calling my sister. I'm telling her, like, I'm giving her the rundown of everything that just happened. I'm telling her, you know, like, and woo woo and da 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 da. Like, I'm giving her the whole rundown, and she like, yeah, sis, I mean, you have been saying this for a minute, because everybody that's been around me know I've been bringing up for the longest. Like, I don't know, but it's something in that phone. Like, I've been saying that for the longest. I'm like, it's something in that phone. I don't know what it is, but I'm really just finna let him have it, right? Cool. Mind y'all that towards, like, I want to say 2 months into this, whatever, I had a dream about him cheating. Like, I felt like God was trying to warn me then. But, like, one thing about God, he gonna tell you, and if you don't listen or take heed to his warning, he gonna let you have what you want. Keyword, what you want, not what you need. And that's exactly what I did. I was trying to get what I wanted, and I got exactly what I got. So I can't even be mad at it. So anyways, I'm on the phone with my best friend. I'm giving her the rundown. Ooh, what a band. Get off the phone with her. I still didn't feel no better. I mean, like, I didn't, like, how do you feel good about finding out some stuff that you, like, find out that somebody is cheating on you, and not only cheating on you, but doing stuff like that with another, like, wow, like, that was just way too much. So while I'm on the way home, I guess he had went on, like, you know, those little websites where you go to, you feel me, you know, and tried to find another video, right, that was similar to the video that I saw. But one thing about me, y'all, my memory, I have great memory. I know exactly what I saw and how I saw it, okay? So he went and tried to find another video, but he's so slow because the video had no similarities whatsoever, right? So now I'm really getting heated because I hate when somebody tries to insult my intelligence. But at this very moment, he's trying to insult my intelligence and trying to tell me that I didn't see what I just saw. And he's trying to get me to believe this other video when I know exactly, when I know the video that I saw. So he's sending me this, and he's like, FYI, here's the full video. Couldn't show me the full video when I was there at your house, but when I leave, now you sending me the video, and the video is in a completely different format with a completely different girl with a completely different background, and you think I'm slow?
Clock that T.
Be for real. So y'all, he tries to lie, he tries to manipulate me, and it takes until the very next day for him to finally come out and say that he did indeed cheat. But that's not even the kicker part, y'all. He cheated, yeah. But guess who he cheated with? Neek. Yeah, he cheated with Neek. He cheated with Neek. And get the kicker, the killer part is, the same day that I found those messages in his phone, I left and I was in my feelings about what happened. That was the same day that he invited her over and did what he did. So he was living it up, getting what he had to get in, while I was over there feeling sorry for myself, feeling bad about the situation, and thinking about what happened. You see what I'm saying? You see that contrast? And from there, I really just decided, like, you know, He didn't really care about me, because a nigga that really cared about you, that really cares about you, wouldn't let you get to that point, right? Because like real niggas stand up. The real thing to do would have been to tell me, right? When me and you got back into talking terms, when we were setting up our boundaries, that would have been your the perfect time to tell me, you know, yeah, and I did this, and I'm sorry about it, and yeah, something. He didn't say anything. But his excuse was he didn't think that me and him was still in a relationship. So why not get some clarity? Why just go and do that? You feel me? But he made up his bed and he got to lay in it. And like once I found that out, I feel like that just completely shut me off. I'm like, yeah, no, like you was not the person that I thought you was. Like I thought you changed. I thought you were actually trying to do better for yourself, but you still that same dude, and I just gotta respect it and move on. And of course niggas put that card when they say, oh, we can still be friends, we can still be this, we can still be that. No, we actually cannot. So yeah, I just really moved on from that. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like I'm cool now, but it really hurts to figure out that somebody that you actually mess with betrays you. And I'm so tired of betrayal, but that's really where I'm at right now. And the moral of the story for this is, if you leave somebody alone, leave them where they're at. You left them alone for a reason. There's no reason for you to go back to that, because why? Always remember your why. Always remember why you left them alone, why y'all won't work. You have to always remember that why. And like now that I'm thinking about it, if I would have remembered my why, I would have saved a lot of turmoil. Like I would have saved so much on that. But you know, there's a lesson and a blessing in everything, and that was just my lesson, you feel me? And I can't even get mad, because before I got to his house, I literally, the day I found out he was cheating, before I got to his house, I prayed, because I had just came from church. I had prayed and I'm like, God, you know, if he's cheating, let me know. Literally 3 hours later, God let me know. But God had been telling me that before in the relationship, so it's like I can't get too mad at the results, but it definitely does hurt. But God got me, and that's all I can really just think about to hold myself together. Is like, God got me. Like God got you going through this for a reason, and I just gotta tough it out to see what the reason is. But I'm not gonna let that stop me, you feel me? It's just a part of life. But for me to be going through this around my birthday is crazy. Like, I guess cheers to 21. But I mean, life is good. I can't complain. I really can't. I just have to thank God and just keep pushing. But yeah, y'all, that was story time of how I got cheated on. Shoot, like, I hope y'all really took something from this, because I definitely took something from this. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. Don't forget to tap in with me in the comments, and also like, comment, of course, like I just said, and share and subscribe. And yeah, let me know what y'all like, let me know what y'all didn't like, and just keep tapping in with your girl. I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. And until next time, y'all.
Your nose is growing. Stop saying your song is fire. Your nose is growing. Stop saying your song is fire. Your nose is growing. Stop saying your song is fire. Your nose is growing. Stop saying your song is fire.